Hey everybody, welcome to Oracle Talks. I hope you all are doing well. I hope life is good. I hope that you're like, okay, the month is almost over. I'm ready for November. hopefully, right? But welcome. I hope everybody is, alive. First of all, give thanks. Give thanks for being alive. We woke up today. We are still here. So yeah, I have got my matcha latte. I decided to bring out my Sailor Moon mug, which was a gift from a friend of mine, one of my besties here. Hello, Jazz Laurel. So yeah, I have that going. I'm gonna let that cool down for a bit because this does not have a handle, so the heat transfers immediately in the top. But yes, welcome. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Today is the third quarter square moon in Leo. Jazz says, I haven't been here for a while, feeling like I'm behind. Oh, you're not behind. Listen, remember, time doesn't exist for spirit, so you're always right on time. There's nothing to be missed. And with the amazing technology that we have today, you can always go back and watch previous Oracle Talks on my IGTV. And here on YouTube, which I am also streaming, simultaneously streaming right now, so you'll see me looking in two different directions. These past few ones have been here as well. So yes. Yes, Flower Crown and Sailor Moon. Thank you. Yes, Cancer Tings. I just had a nice spiritual bath, so I'm feeling good. Good afternoon, Lisha Curl, drinking seltzer water in New Jersey. Awesome. What are y'all drinking? Let me know. You know how this goes, so let us know. We'll first say hi to the Soul family. Greetings, Charisse on YouTube. Let us know what you're sipping on or drinking and all the things, yeah? But yeah, today's the third quarter square moon in Leo. Today is also the day of Venus trine Jupiter. So if you're feeling extra good today, I know I am, that boost is also there. And then over the weekend, we do have Mars going into Scorpio. So I'll be posting my perspective and interpretation around that, both general personal interpretations as well as business. Quick poll: how are y'all enjoying this new format of my my astrology forecast, where I'm giving both personal information as well as business insights? Are you finding that to be helpful? Those of you who are in business for yourself, do you appreciate that breakdown? And even for those of you who are possibly considering, starting a business later, do you find that information is helpful? Let me know. We got folks commenting. 1 second. Green smoothie with Yanni means peace. Beautiful. What's in this green smoothie? Because, there's so many different ways to do a green smoothie. Tamila's doing ice espresso with pumpkin cold foam and water. Oh, so is it an iced Americana with pumpkin foam, or are you literally just doing a shot of espresso or like a cortado? Listen, now that I have this Breville espresso machine as a thanks to previous incubator participants, I'm now like learning all these different names of the espresso drinks, and I've been playing. I recently started hosting like coffee events, so I can like practice pulling shots. So like now I have a little bit more understanding of like what goes on. So let me know what's about that. Jazz is about to get some water. Yes, get some water. Always gotta have water on deck. About to drink some water. Yes, beautiful. Drinking water infused with rosemary and chase tree flower essence for health and creativity. Oh, I like that. Beautiful. I don't think I've had any chase tree flower before. Rosemary is no joke, though. Yanni's green smoothie has kale, spinach, pineapple, and cucumber. Ooh, that's nice. Very anti-inflammatory. I can feel that, but also really cooling the fire. Beautiful. Drinking water in hot-ass South Texas. Listen, I understand. I get 4 shots, a quad on ice. Oh, dear God. Do you know how much caffeine that is to milk? You are not doing 4 shots. What is going on? A shot of espresso is almost the amount of caffeine in 1 cup of coffee. My God. But also come through quad on ice. Yes, the business insights are super helpful. Awesome. Welcome to folks coming in. Say hi to the Soul family. Let us know what you're drinking. I have my matcha latte here in my Sailor Moon cup. And it is yummy. Smoothie sounds delicious. Yes, it does. Hello, free to be me now. Getting good with the structure part of my life. Awesome. That's good to know, Yanni. We always need structure because it also supports our ability to really feel free with ourselves. Yeah. Don't judge me. 1 shot for each child and then 1 for me. Listen, you might need 5 though, because you need 1 for the husband too. But if you're gonna do all that though, like have them all, but space it out. Do an espresso shot, then maybe do like an Americano, and then maybe do like a latte, and then maybe do a cappuccino, and then like end the day with the affogato. Like affogato can be for you. Affogato is a scoop of ice cream with a shot of espresso, a scoop of ice cream sitting on a bed of espresso. So that is yummy. I take breaks every now and again. That's awesome. Hello. Got water. Beautiful. Hey, Atia. Listen, I'm not a mother, but I practically like halfway raised my younger brothers, and I was a teacher in middle school for a few years. So trust me, I understand. But also like I was that teacher who I understood like how just loud kids naturally are and just so much energy. So I really wasn't too controlling, which is why they love me. But I learned to tolerate higher levels of noise and activity just because that's what they're used to. Even though that's not what like traditional school system prefers, because they want everybody, quiet and like in their rows and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, listen, that's not us. We just gonna be what we're doing. That sounds good. Yes, affogato is yummy. That was one of the things on my menu. All right, so with that being said, again, welcome to the new folks coming in. Please say hi to everyone. Don't be weird and just come in and like lurk. This is not an extractive place. This is a co-created space. So we do affirm and recognize that we are a soul family. So whether you're here on Instagram or whether you are here on YouTube, make yourself known, engage with the process, because also messages that come through are going to resonate most strongly with those who are participating live. So if you want a message for yourself, if you want whatever for yourself, show up, right? Now, obviously, it will still be powerful for those watching on the recording, but for those who are always here live, like it's always going to feel much more intimate, and you're definitely going to get more out of it because you're getting me and this energy and the group live. Yes. Hello, Veronica. Welcome. But also too, it's just, I think, well, I was about to say social media, blah, 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 and like go down that. And I'm actually not going to, because social media, like any other tool, like money or what have you, does what it does based off of the people who are utilizing it, right? So while this might not be something that is centered and presenced by others who join live and all of that, and whatever they're bringing forth, this is a different space, yeah. So here, you're not just a person in the crowd. It's not just me as Oracle, like telling you things. Like, pull on spirit, not on me. Pull on spirit, and let me translate and transmit messages and energy and whatever for you, right? Or on your behalf, so that you can more likely than not, honestly, come back to your own deeper understanding. Because most of the time we have already gotten the information, we might be second guessing, or we just might need more clarity. Yeah. Let's say, well, I didn't know you were a teacher. Yes. I actually taught, I went back and taught at my old middle school back in Florida. My degree in college was in mathematics. I had a specialty in statistics. So always math mind, big on science too, along with the spirituality and the arts, just all the things. But yeah, after that, I taught, and because at the time, and it might still be the case now, but at the time there was such a shortage of teachers that even if you didn't go to school to be a teacher, you could get a provisional license if you had a degree in one of the subjects that they were experiencing a shortage in. So, I mean, math teacher, because I had a math degree, right? So yeah, I was a teacher, and got to be back with my my community, and it was fun being with them. I could not do the school system for a long time because it became very apparent that it's a business, and they don't actually like really care about the kids. Not to say that everybody hates the kids, like there are people who enjoy it, but like the way everything is set up, like it is a business. So yeah, your girl had to get out. It wasn't going to be a long-term thing anyway, but that confirmed it. Yes, exactly. The true nature, we need to adjust. Yes, peace. Welcome, Regina. I am just me. Hello, water and green tea. Beautiful. And Oracle talks on your birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. So you are early Scorpio with some light Libra tendencies. Beautiful. I actually don't know many Scorpios, which is interesting. I know folks who have like strong Scorpio placements in other parts of the chart, just like I do. But yeah, Scorpios, me and Scorpios for some reason don't really like cross paths often. You're coming through looking radiant. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is a post, I mean, me as I am, but also this is post spiritual bath glow too. It just, you got to do those regularly to clear shit up. Yes. Love that. Pull on spirit, not me. Oh, you're a math grad too? What? Come through, math family. For you with your university, did you have to do a specialty? Because the school I went to, there were 4 different paths you could do under the math degree. So mine was a Bachelor of Arts, not a Bachelor of Science, but some of the specialties would have been a Bachelor of Science with the math. I want to get some clarity in a new relationship I'm currently in. Well, we'll see what messages come through. I'm about to pull for the messages for the week ahead. And then depending on time, we'll also do some open Q&A, but we'll see. That's affirming to me. 6 years of special ed teaching and now shifting. Beautiful. Bless your soul. Special ed teaching also, you know, that's rough. But that's another place where like that money stuff comes through, because boy, each of those children has a price tag. And it's so gross. It's so gross. I'm not going to go off on a tangent on that, though. I love that you're a teacher. I work with kids, too. I teach the Armenian language. Oh, beautiful. Yes, please keep that going. Getting into etymology slowly. Etymology is the business. Etymology is the business. Like, you can really... There's so many things that you can use as a devotional path or spirit with spirit. And etymology literally could be one of those things. Like you could just take a prayer, you know, take a famous speech, take the sayings that your parents have been, you know, passed, or your family members have been passing down over generations, and just like get your life, right? Libra rising, Sag moon. Oh, goodness. You are definitely a Scorpio that likes to shine. I'm a Libra rising too. Oh, first live. Welcome, Regina. Welcome to the family. We didn't have specialties over here, but I'd say mine was definitely number theory, math for the sake of math. See, number theory almost didn't get me, didn't allow me to graduate. That was, I think, the class I had to take twice. The first time I took it, I got a D. Second time I took it, kept my same notes, had a tutor. Like one of the TAs was my tutor, same teacher, everything, and made a C- the next time. And it like literally the teacher just had to give me the C- so I could graduate because I couldn't. I couldn't. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Afi. Afi, are you still taking folks for your ancestor healing ritual? If so, feel free to mention that in the comments. The ancestor healing ritual is next Saturday, so hopefully folks who have signed up are ready, willing, and able to join in. I know I am. Anything applied, my brain was like, no applied math like that. Math was the easy track, but I was like, what's the easiest I can do? And statistics was that path. So that's what we did. All right, enough time with that. Spirit says yes. So you want it to be no? I'm like, we're a week out. All right, y'all. So y'all got 2 days. Y'all got 2 days. Afi hasn't said this, but I'm telling y'all, you got 2 days. If you know you need to do some work with your ancestors, if they need healing, if there's been a lot of mess in your family, or if you just want to elevate your beneficial ancestors and help them get stronger and whatever for your life, like just sign up. It's happening next Saturday, November 6th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So go to Spiritual Dr. Afi's Instagram account, or for those of you here on YouTube, go to spiritualdoctorafi.com. I believe you click on events and scroll down and you'll see Ancestor Healing Ritual. This is only something he does once a year, so don't act up, don't play. Y'all know I don't just like randomly tell y'all about things to do. If I say go do it, unless there's literally something preventing you from doing it, go do it. It's beneficial. Okay. That was me on fluid mechanics and game theory. See, what we're not going to do today, Jazz. What we're not going to do today. But high key, like, I feel that now that I'm older and I've actually, am going on, well, more than 2 decades of my walk with spirit, consciously anyway. I feel like I'd actually have an easier time learning and understanding. Because I think the more time you sit in and with and as the mind of God, like holding and perceiving broader things gets a lot easier. Not trying to test that out at this moment, but Wendy, welcome. We got the UK in the house. All right, so take a few deep breaths. Take a few deep breaths. We're going to get guidance for the week ahead, and if we have time, we'll do open Q&A for questions that folks have. As you do these deep breaths, I want you to, well, first close your eyes, get into your body, but call forth your higher self, your celestial self, and your heavenly self to merge with all of your humanity, your mind, your emotions, your body, your heart, and to bring all of you into perfect resonance, perfect coherence with it. And asking your higher self, your celestial self, your heavenly self to remove any and all obstacles for the bringing of this resonance, for this coherence. And instead to allow more of your soul to overflow through you in this moment now, opening up pathways of abundance and opportunities, clearing away obstacles, whether internal or external. And as you stay connected to your breath, really checking in and affirming, I am safe in the arms of my soul. I am safe in the arms of my soul. I am safe in the arms of my soul. I trust my inherent wisdom. I trust my inherent wisdom. I trust my inherent wisdom. Grace is the path of my life. Grace is the path of my life. Grace is the path of my life. I am one. I am one. I am one. And also because we're at the sacred time, call forth the power and the presence of your beneficial ancestors. The ancestors of love, ancestors of light, ancestors of beneficial power, ancestors of the heavenly realms, as well as your guardian protectors to surround you, to support you, to be here with you in this moment now. To help you receive the messages and apply them in a way that is for your highest and greatest good. And asking for the messages that you need or that would be beneficial for you, most beneficial for you for this week ahead, for this day and for this week ahead, to align more and more with your most fulfilled path and your truest soul expression. And releasing all doubt and worry and concern and what ifs and low self-esteem, low self-worth, letting all that go. Letting go of the anxiety of the how. Letting go of the anxiety of control. There is more to you. All right, how are folks feeling? Just let me know in your comments. You can just give me emojis or tap the heart if you're on IG. Welcome to new folks coming in. Hello, Annalisa. All right. While you all are doing that, just letting me know how you're feeling. I'm going to get a major arcana card first for the energy that is grounding and walking with us for this time today. Oh, interesting. The moon. Moon tings. Feeling good? Nice. Nice. YouTube folks, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments. Emotional, is it gratitude or is it stuff for healing? For Regina. Grounding, a sense of release. Good. All right, 1 second. Healing, good. The Scorpio season is bringing up intense shadow. Scorpio be doing it. Coming back home to self. Yep. I was just talking about that actually on Tuesday, on my live on Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. Let's see where our attention is going to be primarily focused, i.e. our topic of discussion. And then we'll get guidance for the week ahead. Two of Pentacles. Change, as well as balance and harmony and coherence. Moon things for sure, yep. Looks like there might need to be more release that needs to happen. So release can happen in a lot of different ways. It can be physical release. So you are getting rid of, clothes, shoes that you no longer wear, cleaning out old files, organizing things. That is also a form of release. And it's an important one, because even if there's not anything necessarily going on with us in our personal lives or externally, our environment, the things that we have control over, still does affect us. So definitely at the very least, move the physical things that have stagnant energy, get them out or refresh their energy. But of course, it's, for sure, I can talk about emotional release, things that need to happen. Grief that needs to happen, mental releases. So it can be like, shifting your ideas, your identities, your stories, your beliefs about yourself, to something that's more life affirming and more in alignment with the kind of life that you're trying to build. Could be energetic release, of course, right? So release is really all encompassing. And I would actually say address them all. Like, don't think it's just going to be one thing. You are not, all of you shows up in everything. So do your best not to compartmentalize your life either when we're talking about release. Yeah. Let's see. Deep hermit mode. Yep. Atia says, yes, I did a purge of items around the house this week. Beautiful. Yeah, Scorpio is great for that. And the thing is, like, when you release things, you're not diminished. Because what you're really doing is like releasing energy that's being held up with something to keep it going. So you'll find when you start releasing at whatever level is, most prominent, but you should be doing all of it. You find that you have a lot more power available to you. Confidence increases, mental focus increases, spiritual power increases, physical vitality increases, because like you're getting that energy back because it's not being held up by something. So it necessarily follows with a building up empowerment energy. It's not a diminishing of self. Yeah. Let's see, just joined and loving the earth goddess vibes. Thank you. Thank you. But all through it, we're fine. 5 of Pentacles and the Sun. So even though, again, there's so much shifting, we are going in the right direction. So keep your eye on the prize, so to speak. And honestly, don't get in the way. Don't get in the way by delaying, but also don't get in the way by pushing. And only you are going to know what that is. So delaying is like, obviously not addressing something and letting it build up. Pushing is being like, I'm going to do all of this all at once. We want to find a happy medium, right? And so we want to trust our inherent wisdom about that. Jazz says, I cried for the first time in months. Oh my goodness. It's been months. Also, I'm a Cancer, so, that's a long time to go without crying. Because crying doesn't have to be like, sad things. It could be like crying of gratitude. But the first day of Scorpio season, that's beautiful. I know the inner purging will continue over the month. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome. Hello, Aisha. We got more UK fam in the house. What are you drinking or sipping on, Aisha? Let us know. I have my matcha latte. Yeah, so like I was saying, the power. This release does not diminish us. We just are no longer having our energy, focus, emotions, spirit, physical world tied up in things anymore. So we get now to create with that energy something else. So this is interesting because this is another component of what Scorpio can represent, because it's also a resource sign, just like Taurus is. We tend to think of resource strictly as money, but money is just one of many resources. But Scorpio as a sign of transformation, transmutation, it reminds you that, and also does, of course, relate to death. This is a way for you to discern what things have died that you might not have let go of, what things need to die that you either are not aware of or are unwilling to let die, and what things need to be repurposed. So some of this release energy is a release so that the energy can be repurposed for something else. So if you're finding like, hey, I'm lacking motivation, or like, everything is fine, but I can't seem to get this get up and go kind of energy. What's wrong with me, right? You always think something's wrong. Think about what you can release and go through all 4 levels. Okay, physical world. What's something that's on the list that like I keep saying I need to get rid of, like might be a stack of receipts or something, like just clear it, see if things shift. If nothing shifts, then do an emotional check-in. How am I feeling? What's here now? And see what your inner wisdom brings you. There might be something to release, there might not be. Mentally, what's your mind circling on? Does something actually have to get fixed and addressed, or is your mind just bored, right? Energetically, have you been keeping your energy clear? Have you even been working with your energy body? right? Like that's part of the process. You can't just, meditation isn't enough, right? Like journaling isn't enough. Like you actually do need to, in some way, shape, or form, be working with your energy body. So shift that and then see if things change. You might be really surprised. No drink today. I'm in transit, so getting the goods as I commute. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome. All right, let me see why this message is important, and then we'll get specific guidance for the week ahead. 9 of Cups with Ace of Swords at the bottom. If you're familiar with tarot, you know 9 of Cups is wishes fulfilled card. Wishes fulfilled card. Make a wish. And this is a personal wish. It's like, what do I want? What do I desire? The fulfillment you seek is on the other side. Well, actually, I don't want to use that terminology because the power is in the process. If it was more other side, that would be more of the death energy, right? That's the easier form of release, I'll say, in quotes. This transforming means you need to be engaged through the process, right? It's not a cut and dry separation like a death energy would be, regardless of the way that death is showing up. I'm saying regardless of the way death shows up because that can just be loss. It can be breakup of relationship, a change of jobs. Like there's a lot of different things with that. But there's a more clear beginning and end. But transformation is like you are pulling something and changing it into something else. You are there through the entire process. So if you really want this, stay firm, stay firm. So let's actually see how we can approach this. Let me go back through these. So many comments. Cancer moons person, yay. Thank you for the reminder, got it. I don't know what I said that was a reminder, but I'm glad that helped. Annalise, Annalisa, excuse me. Can you give an example of energy work? Oh, I mean, like, doing Reiki, working with crystals, working with different herbs for baths, like spiritual baths. Feathers can use to be clearing the energy field. Sacred smoke. So, if you're burning dried herbs, things like that. Those are just a few examples of energy clearing. This resonates a lot. I feel like I've been doing energy clearing, but it seems I have to upgrade. Yeah, I mean, in general, we all have to upgrade. And upgrade, in some cases, means you need to learn new things. It can also mean you need to do what you already do more often, because maybe the rate of change and transformation that's occurring in your life is much faster. It's tracking, the pacing is much faster than it was before. And so in order for you to keep up without inadvertently becoming stagnant, you also just might have to increase the frequency of what you do. But also, again, looking at all levels of being. So yeah, if you are doing a lot of energy clearing work, kudos to you, because not a lot of people do. Kudos to you. But mental clearing. What are the belief systems? What are the stories that you have? Is that in alignment with where you say you want to go? Because belief systems that got you to where you are now are not going to get you to where you need to be 10 years from now. Emotional processing. And again, physical clearing. I shared in my stories someone making comments about the cord cutting post that I've made, and about the importance of like the different stages of what cord cutting really looks like. Do you need to clear some shit from past relationships, whether it's friends, family members, or romantic partners? You still got their stuff in your house. If you're still struggling with their energy, then that means you got to release that stuff. If you're not struggling, you don't have to. Right? Because not everybody has like these tough cords with people, but sometimes energy does clear. But if you are still in this thing of like, I can't like get this person out of my mind, like they still keep popping up and blah blah blah, like, okay, then you're gonna have to take it a step further, right? Yeah. You're welcome, Regina. So the reminder to tend to the energy body. Oh yeah. Specifically for me, the hit I got was to integrate spiritual baths for myself. Yes. In my Lightworker Incubator, that is one of the first things I talk about in month one. Month one is the I title it Foundation. And we go through setting up energetic space and protection and, different ways to do that so you can pick what works for you. And spiritual baths is definitely one of those things. And I give recommendations for some stuff that folks can use if they don't already work with plant energy. But there's so much that's available. I mean, if you cook with any kind of spices and herbs, you can do a spiritual bath. Like you don't have to break the bank either. So there's that. Wednesday, actually, I'm not on the 420 for spiritual energy because that does actually open up the energy field in a not great way. So you really want herbs that are really high vibrational and more clearing, more fire-based, or like really high vibrational. So cedar, lavender, of course, is good. Also your citruses, because it doesn't have to be like green plants, but citrus also clears and revitalizes. Those are all fire energy, sun energy. Eucalyptus, of course, like, y'all can go down the rabbit hole on Google. This week I heard smoking is a form of prayer. Yeah, there are definitely powerful things with that. I read that this morning, the cord cutting. Yeah, beautiful. I'm gonna take that tough cord guidance. Thank you. Listen, it is hard, but it's like you have to be ready for it. And I recommend doing the energetic cord cutting last. Clear the physical first, then do the emotional and mental work. And then once that's done, then do the energetic cord cutting. How often do you practice spiritual baths? However often you need. That is the recommendation. If you are someone that is a spiritualist and you are doing spiritual work as your life work, like I do, you need to clear your energy fields in whatever way. Baths is just one of them, but you need to clear your fields significantly more often than like other folks. But also it depends on someone's natal chart. That's another thing I talk about in the incubator is like some folks based on their chart are going to actually be more susceptible. So their care and consideration for their energy body needs to be significantly more heightened compared to other folks, regardless of whether or not they do spiritual quote unquote work. I'm saying that in terms of like, again, servicing others versus you just taking care of yourself, right? I used to do them. I took a pause. Now I'm hearing it's time to reintegrate. Yep, it's needed. Good after, millionaire. Oh, I receive. I receive being referenced as a millionaire. Listen, from your type to my beneficial ancestors in heaven's ears. Yeah, Moonline. Yep. Yep. God, I feel like I need it more often than others. Yeah, I mean, you're also a teacher, so you're dealing with a lot. So that also would be relevant for folks who work in any type of industry where they are in constant interaction with a lot of people. You know, if you're a server at a restaurant, work at a grocery store, you want to clear your field pretty regularly. Everyone on here is a millionaire. Hey, we're all going to take it. We're all going to claim it and affirm it. But also high key, yes, it's that's the minimum, because that's the reparations energy. Real talk. So for my African family and also others whose labor was extracted, that's the minimum. Soul Step Revisions has a mullein tincture. Described a few things from them. Awesome. Thank you for the shout out to Mill. Free to be me received. Yes. All right. So let's get guidance for the week ahead. Seems like we're all on the same page with this. This resonates. Scorpio is your friend, y'all. And Scorpio will help you to reclaim your power. It's not going to be power bestowed from some external person, place, or thing. Scorpio is going to get you right with yourself. And it's just going to be like, hey, like shift this, shift that over here so you can free this energy up to use this to create your 9 of Cups. Love this live. Thank you, Regina. It loves you. Oh, look what came out again. Yeah, this is the focus. 9 of Cups. So as we deal with all the vicissitudes of what this Scorpio season, but also this message is, and this is similar to what that sun card was talking about, is keep your eyes on the prize. You're doing this for a reason. It's not just like, you know, if you find, because, you know, I get that, especially with all the things that we've been dealing with over this past 2 years, we can feel tired, but please know you can shift that energy enough to move ahead if you actually just sit with it. Let that emotion, that mindset come up, and then be like, I'm going to choose different. Because I know the universe has my back. I know that there is no true final obstacle. I know that any resistance that I may feel in myself is an opportunity for me to acknowledge what is there, to be honest, to be authentic, and to take a step back and to really see what's available for me to choose from. And also, sometimes I need to just chill and let the work that I've done integrate instead of trying to rush ahead. Yeah. Remember, we're only in month 2 of the spiritual new year, so we still got a ways to go. So 9 of Cups is our focus. Keep your eye on the prize. The action to take is Princess of Cups. You see how focused this individual is? They are pregnant with promise, with their wishes, their dreams. They understand time and cycles. The yin and yang is here, and we already had that with 2 of Pentacles. And they have laser sharp focus. Laser sharp focus about where their attention and their action is going to be. All things are going to be addressed, right? She's holding this full circle. All things are going to be addressed, but she's going to give her undivided attention to each thing as it arises, so that she can remain fully engaged and practice operating in her personal power, in her agency. because she wants to be the Queen of Pentacles. That is her destiny. She's already a princess. Princess becomes queen. She's not trying to become princess. Princess will become queen. Right? All right. Let me get the rest of the cards. That sun came out again. Five of Pentacles came out again, and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this shift, this change is going to continue. I would actually say probably for the rest of the season, but since this is just for the week ahead message, this shift and change will continue. Lean in. Shift your perspective from like, oh my gosh, everything is like so much to handle and deal with, and this instead. Princess of Pentacles. My Leo sun, I get distracted sometimes. Of course. But this is also pleasure. If you're being distracted by things that actually bring you pleasure, that's fine. But if those distractions are actually there to just numb you out, then you got to check yourself and be like, oh, what's actually going on underneath here? What is it that I'm not wanting to feel? What is it that I'm not wanting to believe? Like where might I be self-sabotaging, or what am I not wanting to release in my physical world? Call yourself out. In the center, we have the devil. Listen, you have the opportunity to break free from some long-standing cycles and to create new cycles, because look what's in our environment is the Queen of Pentacles. Didn't I just told y'all. Princess will become the queen. No ifs, ands, or buts. So we're going to break out of the negative aspects of the devil card, which is the negative aspect of the Capricorn energy, which is just being locked in something that is not serving your liberation. And instead leading with this energy so that what you are in training and committing to provides you with actually accepting your spiritual inheritance. The devil is contracts in this context. So stay true to what's for you. And let this energy show you, from the seemingly small things to the big things that are dissonant or non-affirming of this, whatever this is for you in your life. And it's going to be different for everybody. The energy that we're sitting in is the Lovers. A lot of interpretations for the Lovers, but for this message that's coming through today, this is literally about the power of choice. You have a choice. Are you going to do what you've always done? Or are you going to choose something differently? And are you going to, if you're going to make the choice to do something differently, can you allow yourself to slow down enough to really be aware of what you're doing so that you can bring gratitude to it, but also understand how important it is? The right choice is the authentic choice. And a lot of times, especially since we're going from Princess of Pentacles to Queen of Pentacles, the shifts, adjustments, reorientations, new adaptations that we're making should come with release at at all levels of being, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, of what's been comfortable for a very long time. And some of that shit should be scary. And guess what? You're going to have to grieve some of it. Not all of it. You won't have to, but some of it you're going to have to grieve. Person, place, or thing. Because you're going to have to walk away. Or you're going to have to not give as much energy and attention to it so that it can go somewhere else. And even that will bring grief. Be honest about it instead of running from it. Because the thing is, this is what it's like when we're doing the Scorpio work, the death card work, right? I talk often about the difference between liberation and transformation through the with the support of the Scorpio archetype versus the Tower card. So death card energy versus Tower card energy. The death card energy, which is Scorpio, is a slower process in general. And you co-create. You get to determine how you're going to show up, what you're going to rock with moving forward, right? Tower card energy always comes after death card process. When Tower card energy comes in, that's the energy that says, okay, you decided what you're going to keep, what you're not going to keep. I'm going to come through, and by I mean soul, universe, spirit, and basically forcefully remove anything that necessarily cannot come in the next part of the cycle. Now, the way to lessen the frequency of Tower card energy showing up in your life is to put some respect on the death card process, the Scorpio energy. Because if you really make choices, sometimes you'll hear the choice being between vice and virtue. If you really make virtuous choices, I would say authentic choices to you, to your soul, to your heart, to what's aligned with your path, those things that truly would be a hindrance to this, you will be able to remove during that time. And so Tower card energy won't have to appear as destructive. It will just appear as breakthrough and amazingness. Don't lean out of the hard places. Now, there are going to be hard places. Let them come up. Take a breath. Take a time. Just be like, ooh, this is a lot. I can't deal with this today. I'm going to give it 48 hours, maybe 72 hours, because I need, give yourself a time limit, but come back. Ask for help. Also, this is community energy. You have help, both in the spirit. You got your beneficial ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, guardian protectors, all the things. And of course, physical community. If you're working with a therapist, friends, whatever. You have exactly what you need to do this work. And there's no rush right now. We are in the yin time of the year. There is no rush. That does not mean, again, to avoid, but also you don't need to place an inordinate amount of pressure. Just deal with whatever is there as it arises. And I'm sure you got plenty to deal with. But this is what it looks like to create your karma. Karma doesn't just happen to you. You're not just bumbling through life. How you're showing up, what you're thinking, what you're feeling is literally the seed and the deposit for you of tomorrow. How do you want future you to feel? And by future you, I wouldn't even say, not to think about like 3, 5, 10 years. Like, don't even go that far, because we can lose connection to that. How do you want to feel this time tomorrow? How do you want to feel by the end of the week? How do you want to feel this time next week? For the most part, is that going to require big sweeping changes? For a few, it might. But for most, I'm sure it's like really just a handful of things. And I would encourage you to even go beyond just like handling the release. I would say, because we get to have all of it, as much release work that you do, also do equal amount of spending time with this energy. So for instance, if you're getting rid of a bunch of clothes or whatever, time to go shopping. Right? If you're doing some emotional release, maybe a loss of friendship, relationship, or issue with a family member, okay. What brings you pleasure? Go take yourself out to lunch. Go take yourself out to watch a movie during the day. Something that you want to see that maybe other folks haven't been interested in seeing. Oh, look, one of my favorite people just joined. Everybody say hi to Substantive Material on Instagram. Atia says, oh, my cart is loaded up with what feels good now. I mean, you might want to spread that out, Atia. I would say go with, for everybody, and this will include myself, try to lean a little bit more into the things that you don't tend to normally do. So if food is normally something you do, or shopping is normally something you do, there are other things that bring you pleasure, right? Mentally, if there's been a lot of like shifts in, self-sabotaging beliefs or whatever that you need to get rid of, okay, that's cool. What new books are you reading that are aligned with the mindset that you want to have? What lectures are you watching with people who have different mindsets? Like, where are you allowing yourself to just learn something new? Right? Like, it's, do that too. Because again, most of this energy is transformation energy, not death, in typical way of death energy, right? Let's see what substantive material is saying. Coffee, waffle, dune, oracle talks. Ooh, come through coffee. I know it's not a dark roast, so I'm gonna let that pass. Because I know you don't do dark roast. I still love you though. I'm gonna give side eye from this coast on that. Also, how was Dune? I actually want to go back and watch the other ones. I haven't read the books. I'll probably wait to watch these when they're all out. It's not something I'm excited about though. Go see Londrell in LA tomorrow. Who's Londrell? Yes, pacing for sure. Listen, because I'm also like in shopping mode. I'm like, wait, I don't need to shop at this instant because I want to, get more gifts. And I've already like started a little bit of the process, but I was starting to do too much, and I had to pull myself back this week. So yes, take a trip to the beach by myself. Yes. Wonderful day, beautiful people. Awesome. Dark roasted people. Yes. Hey, come through. The best people. I would be a medium dark, maybe. I'm not quite a dark roast. Doing this wondrous and has enough for book readers to fuss over. That's always a good thing. When people argue about what the author actually meant instead of just asking the author. I don't know if the author's still alive, but yeah. Look at this. Underneath the double card is the 8 of Wands. And underneath that is the divine masculine energy. And then the Queen of Wands. Listen, don't sleep on the yin part of the spiritual year, y'all. This is what yin power looks like. This is what yin power looks like. Don't get it twisted. If you're really about that, you know, working with the mother energy, the sacred black, the yin, divine feminine, whatever, however that's showing up for you, like this is actually the work. Scorpio is that bitch. Oh, he's an artist, very spiritual, hard to describe. He's on Spotify. Cool. Instead of asking the author. I mean, listen. But, you know, folks need to write their papers and be able to have a business in capitalism. So here we are. All right. So I believe that is our message. Any comments, questions, concerns? And then if not, if there are any quick questions that people have for themselves, I can answer, but let me know. YouTube, how you doing? Y'all still hanging in there? Feeling good? And there's nothing, we'll go. You are welcome, Tamil. Oh, Regina, you had a question? Remind me what your question was, because I already forgot. That was many comments ago. Do you offer private readings? Yes, I do. I'm currently, my books are currently open for new clients. So you can go to my website, andersonalchemy.com. Yes, one-on-one. So if you go to andersonalchemy.com, and actually on YouTube, let me put this up so folks can see. You go to andersonalchemy.com and click on services. There's a tab where there's an option for new clients. And that is going to be the full spectrum reading. If you're on Instagram, you can just click on the link in my profile, and it will take you to, you can go to the website directly from there, or I think it's either book a session page is there or the website is there, but either way you get to the website. So, but yeah, so that is available. People can book through, I'll have books open until November 30th. That does not mean you have to book a session by that time, but like that's the last time that the link will be available for you to book a session. So you can book, you know, something in December, depending on how it pans out. And then books will be closed until the spring for new clients. So that's going to be March. So if you want a session, come through. Also, enrollment is open for the Lightworker Incubator, which is my group coaching program. This is my signature service. It is something I only offer twice a year because we are together for 6 months, doing, you know, deep work, going above beyond, deeper, wider, farther, all those things for our spiritual growth and development. Whether that is to be focused more on internal things or service, you know, depending on what your call is through your work, your job, or possibly a business. So all of that is there. You can find information on the website as well with that. And applications will remain open through the first part of December. And you get to have a free call with me so we can talk about questions that you have, things you want to work on. But, you know, I highly recommend coming through. Like, it's something that really everybody needs to do at some point. I'm not just saying that to say, but it's like, there is more to us. There's more that we need to be engaged with our soul and with our walk, and how we show up in our lives. So, and I know no one else is doing this type of work. Like, it's literally not available. So there is a big gap that I'm just only slowly, or in my own little way, you know, filling. But yeah, come through for that for sure. Let's see. Dealing with a new relationship. Yeah, so let me know what your question is, Regina. Ideally, come on live so that I don't have to take as much time like reading comments, because there is a lag on Instagram with that. Annalisa, that works. Perfect. Yay. I look forward to a session with you. Our multitudes require our attention. Yes. Say that. Our multitudes require our attention. Yes. Listen, if you were here from the beginning and you felt all those different shifts and alignment and resonance as we were coming into the beginning part of this message, as I was leading you through the deep breathing, that's an indication that there's a lot more to you than just your mind, your emotions, your body, or even a handful of chakras. Like there's more, and you have significantly more support in the spirit than you even realize. So yeah, it's time to lean into our containers for sure, because we have help and support, and we've always had help and support, but we also get to actively engage with it, because real talk, so much support in the spirit. So much support in the spirit. You are welcome, Annalisa. Clarity. Are you able to come on live real quick, Regina? If not, it's fine, but just retype what your question is so I can just check in for you. I prefer live because it's easier to like ask questions in the moment without the lag, but if you can't, it's fine. There's a lot more to you than a handful of chakras. Yes. Yes. Such violence on a Thursday. I mean, the emoji. Yes. I have to be me. Folks are them, so I have to be me. And if I know something's not talked about, I got to talk about it. I got to talk about it. Regina, are you still wanting? I don't see a request to join live or a comment, so yeah, I don't know what's going on. Are you still here? Right, so what's the question though? Like, needing clarity in the new relationship is really too broad. And since you are new to me, I'll explain this for other folks who might be new, whether on YouTube or Instagram. Specificity. Yes, Camille, you can ask a question. And you can also come on live if that's, I prefer live, but whichever works for you. But yeah, specificity in the question, because what does clarity mean in a new relationship? I find that when folks aren't specific, there's usually some mess going on. So not always, you know, it's not necessarily like, drama, but there's things that either are being avoided externally or they're tripping about internally. So please be specific about what your question is. Camille, do you want to come on live? Or if not, put your question in the comment. I know you had posted something earlier, but I am not about to try scrolling all the way back to the beginning of the stream of comments to find that. So you can just repost. I don't remember if that was actually, I think you were asking about like that in general. I don't think it was something specific because I would have remembered if it was like specific. Maybe I should sign up for a personal reading. Yeah. I mean, you can. If it's, if you don't feel comfortable or if it's a little bit more involved, for sure, that's fine. So yeah, like I said, you can go to my website, intersonalchemy.com. Click on the link in my bio. The link is in there, or just go directly. You can sign up for a reading. The full spectrum is a mix of astrology and spiritual guidance. So we will cover a bit of astrology first, just to make sure you get reoriented and have clarity about where you are in your life and what things are showing up and what you need to pay attention to. And then, yeah, we can get into other things. Is there any guidance for me about expansion in my romantic relationships? What do you mean expansion? Specificity. Welcome, Sarah. You're welcome, Regina. I'm not sure if that's specific enough. I'm working on releasing negative patterns with romantic partnerships. Oh, okay. So then that's a different kind of energy, different kind of vibe. Are you able to come on live? Hey, Sarah. I would like to know if I'm on the right path with that or if there's something more I can do. Yeah, let's talk about this. Come on the live so I know what the patterns are. Because, well, first off, we're always on the right path because there's only our path. We're always on the right path. But yeah, come on if you can. Atia, the stillness of this season is something I wrestle with. Oh, understandably, yes. Listen, yin energy. Yin energy is its own thing. Giving myself constant pep talks around patience. I am actually getting the sense that there needs to be more release for you. And you need, like, that energy has to be funneled into creating your 9 of Cups. Because it's not supposed to be like that still, if it's really still. Need to leave now. Thank you so much, Ned. You are welcome, Jazz. All right, so let me bring you on. Camille. Hopefully, internet gods will be able to have this work.
Hi.
Hello, ceiling.
Hi. I'm not showing my face because I look a mess, so you guys get to see my beautiful ceiling. Here it is.
Can I see your eyes, not your whole face? Yes? Okay, thank you. Can I see them consistently?
You are going to see my bright yellow hoodie, and I'm going to squeeze it over my head like the cool kids do, like the aliens do.
I love it. Thank you. Okay, so what are the negative patterns?
Yes, I'm working on releasing negative patterns. I've been celibate for a little bit over a year now. And any guidance on how to continue releasing and realizing negative patterns, or even just things or types of people or situations that don't serve me anymore. How to welcome in more of the love that I say that I want.
So, okay, take a few deep breaths. Close your eyes. And I want you to pick one pattern that you think you still currently have. And let me know what that is.
When I think that I'm interested in someone, they kind of like take over my mental space. Like, and it doesn't manifest in a healthy way. It becomes almost obsessive. And like in the moment, I'm witnessing myself. So I'm like, I'm thinking about this person a lot. And then I'll be like, I'm thinking about this person too much. And then, but I don't know. I haven't met anyone that I'm really, really interested in. So, it's been but that's a pattern that I might still have that, but I'm not sure because I haven't met what is usually the stimulus, which would be meeting someone who I'm romantically interested
in. First thing off the bat that's coming up is solar plexus work. Do you mind me checking your energy field, your chakras real quick?
Sure.
Because it feels like it's pretty blocked. So the thing with patterns is interesting because there's some stuff we actually can only work out in the process of engaging with another. Like we actually need
right.
We have to have other. So sometimes we can be haunted by the idea of something because of situations in the past and not even realize that the energy may have shifted, but because we just don't have the other to play with, we think there's a problem when there's not a problem. Or that we're at least more equipped than we were before to move through that energy when it comes up. Oops. Okay, yeah, solar plexus. And throat chakra. Always those two. Let me see what this is about. This more so seems like just being willing to re-engage again. Let's provide me clarity on this, please. Recommend.
It's not fun.
Is there a feeling of or fear of being unsafe?
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of fears.
Yeah.
Why, Nate?
Yeah. You're actually fine. It looks like it looks like it's really just belief system. You're there. I don't think that the pattern is even in you anymore. It's the shadow of the memory of what hasn't worked or what you haven't preferred taking precedence in your mind and making you think that that's your state currently, and it's not.
Yeah.
And so like the first step actually, before we even get into like actively engaging with others, is dealing with the acceptance that for some reason I'm getting the phrase "you've won," so I don't know what resonance that might have for you, but
I've won.
yeah, like you've won.
Okay.
So like you're good, but I think like at a deeper level you just have to believe that. So you'll have to spend time sitting with like why you don't want to accept the fact that you're healed and that you're whole. And you're going to have to get tough with yourself to like when the story starts, checking it immediately and being like, no, I'm choosing something else. Because you're good. You're good. You gotta let the there has to be a heart acceptance that you're good, not a mind thing. Like you actually have to be like, okay, I'm actually good, I'm safe. And you gotta check this program. It's on its way out anyway. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying the mental television, as I like to call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you're good. I got Emperor, Empress, Death card, Nine of Wands. Like, no, you're good. It's the shadow stuff. Does it freak you out to be okay? To know that you are?
No, it doesn't freak me out to be okay.
Does it create a challenge in that part of a mind that no longer has something to fix?
Fix. That word is throwing my brain around because
So
I don't know if I've ever. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. In other words, what?
Another phrase might be something to work on or to heal.
Oh, okay. Now, okay, I can relate with that word, with that phrase. Does it scare me to not have something to work on?
No, does it create a resistance? And that could just be a thing of like, well, if there's nothing that I'm to be working on, then
Oh, no, because like I said, it's been over a year-long journey, and I feel like, okay, that's not a super long time, but it's a significant amount of time to be consciously in that headspace, which I have been. It hasn't been by accident.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very intentional. But I want to make sure that I'm not I want to make sure I'm not rushing into that feeling of being healed, which I don't even, that's a lifelong journey that never ends. But
right. So this is the program right here. That this is what is happening. This is the story. This is the lack of accepting you've been healed.
You can say more. I don't understand yet.
You are healed.
Yeah.
I feel the resistance because it's like Because the story is healing is continual. It is not.
That's interesting.
So it's not because we are whole.
Yes.
Healing an experience around something is its own, it has its own time, space coordinates. And once the full experience and processing and cycle of that thing has been completed, it is done.
Totally. And I understand that. I meant it more in the way that there's always going to be something to do or improve doesn't quite express what I'm trying to say, because it infers some type of lack, which I don't believe. But it's kind of similar to people who, for example, like Yo-Yo Ma, the great cellist and musician, says that, you know, he still practices every day because he believes that he can still get better, and he believes that practice is the praxis, meaning that's his way of existence, is practicing his craft. And I feel all of us have that responsibility to our souls, polishing them, making them more, allowing ourselves to reveal more of who we really are. That work never ends. I don't know if you could call it healing, you could call it just expressing, you could call it polishing, you could call it something else. But I understand also what you're saying, that to be in this present moment, to understand that I'm whole, that nothing is wrong with me, and I've been thinking that, because you don't have to be a perfect person in order to be in a relationship with someone, not just romantic, you know, even friendship, even family, even platonic. But yes, I accept that I'm healed in that department, and I also accept that it's a lifelong work to continue to be more of who I really am at all times. I've found that the more that I be here on Earth in this body, it's the paradox. It's the paradox. Yeah, I think someone said that. Right. Yeah, the paradox is that we are healed, and that there's always something to do here, or we wouldn't be here. You know, we just wouldn't be in the physical. We would be in the non-physical. We wouldn't need a body. So every morning I wake up, there must be a reason. So yeah, but thank you for this reflection, because it's a piece to incorporate into what I've been doing that can just be like a nice booster for the foundation.
My challenge to you is to consider even letting go of that story. All the way down to, if I wake up every day, that means there's something that I have to do. What would it be? And this is not something we're going to do in this process. This is for you to do on your own. But what would it be to lay all of those on the altar of your soul? That's not for you to answer here. That's for you to say. I said that's not for us to answer here. Like that okay. Is something for you to work on your own. But it's the reason why I'm not moving from this threshold is because one of the cards that came out for your chakras for clarification is the Seven of Swords. This is where it's a subtle way that whatever this part of you that is not allowing you to accept whatever is the true reality, right? Fully, is using other things to hide in.
I don't understand.
The understanding will come with the sitting with the what happens, what do I think about myself, what do I feel, where do I start going into defense if I say all the things, like, and you can go back and watch this, like, but all the things that I brought up, what if this actually wasn't true anymore? What if I no longer held this belief? What if I no longer held this story? What if I sacrifice all this on the altar of my soul? Then what? And sit in the discomfort of that sacred black and let all the stuff come up and take note of it. Because whatever the things that come up, all the explanations, all the stories, and again, there's no judgment on the things, but we want to get to what's hiding in here that's for whatever reason keeping you from accepting and still thinking that they're negative patterns you need to release. There's still something you have to be like, because you would not be asking these if there wasn't still something in the background. There are no obstacles or hindrances on your soul, on your path from what I'm seeing here. You're good. You're good. So for this next week, this is what you get to do. And it's perfect timing because we're in the waning part of the moon. So it's going to expose all the things. But you're good. You're good. But, you know, Emperor here on the bottom of the deck, this is a control thing. But look who's right underneath that Empress. That divine feminine is going to come through. So just sit at the threshold. You don't even have to fight it. It's just like, no, what happens if I just sit with that? Because I know the universe is not going to fall apart because I change my belief system or I like just willingly consider something else. What happens?
Yeah.
Like what's that? What's this little program? Where is it hiding? What happens if I like just remove all of its fuel? What happens?
Yeah, that will take time for me.
It won't take that much time, just based on the energy I'm seeing here. Your spirit's like, no, we're gonna see this, we're gonna catch it, we're gonna get rid of it. So I'm not worried about this taking a long time. You'll be good. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. Let's see, I'm not sure. I think you'll have to remove yourself. Yeah. I know there were a whole bunch of things. Let me go back to these comments. I'm letting go of things and people, and I'm not sure if I'm making the right decision, but also just going with the flow of how I feel. I mean, that's what we have to do. The cool kids are aliens. Are we though? Are we aliens? Or are we just authentically ourselves? Going through. Oh, hey, Anya, welcome. Yes, mental TV. I love that phrase as well, too. Thank you for bringing that to the space, Camille. I love that. It freaks me out, but okay, because I'm so ingrained in not knowing how to live being healed. And so I do want to have, as a caveat for folks, like, you know, again, we have healing for circumstances. But I hope folks are able to see in that exchange that there's levels to this shit. And it's like, at some point, even the idea of healing may have to die, depending on where you are in your process. Doesn't make it right or wrong. But that same kind of framework can necessarily be absolutely liberating for somebody. And for, depending on where they are in the path, and other folks, it might be like, oh, there's something about this, not necessarily all of it, but there might be something about this that's actually getting in the way for what's next for me, where I am right now, right? Is that the state of feeling is a lifelong endeavor, and transition is a continuum. Yep. I mean, honestly, our job is to exist. Our job is to exist, and to pay attention to what's coming up in the moment. What's here? What am I really feeling? And more often than not, we have to tap into our feeling, not our mind, because our mind is what is acting up and creating a storm. Paradox of illumination into an infinity of your interior. Yes. Truly the infinity of your interior, because our souls are literally, in my opinion, souls are stars, and at the center of which are black holes. So incredible power. Yes, yes, yes. Alicia with that emoji. Yeah, it's very tough, very vulnerable to just be. And that, of course, does not mean you don't act. Like, we act, we move. But, you know, with that particular conversation, it was about looking at belief system, because the healed and wholeness was present. But something's not letting you go? And this is for everybody. If something's not letting you go, we gotta check ourselves. Like, hold up, because it really would be, listen, I catch this with myself all the time because I have a Virgo stellium, so I stay doing too much mentally. But like, sometimes I'll just be like, yo, you really need something else to do, because you cannot let this go. So let me find something for you to do. I'm gonna take my power back for myself. We're gonna come correct, because you're not about to run the show. You're not about to run the show. A resolution of a matter is seldom found in reason, logic, and or product of our present understanding of enlightenment. Come through our story about what is and is not. Yes, this is challenging. Yes, this is actually where the real internal fight is because it's like, oh shit. If I release it, then that means I have to give up control. And then where's the control and the power and the, you know, the direction going to come from? Guess what? Your soul, because your soul is the perfect organizing principle. Didn't we talk about this last week or the week before about how much we fight our soul? Like, we really don't want it to be in control because we think that our soul's going to deal with us the way that we deal with others, or how the oppressive systems which we live in deal with us. Our soul doesn't have to decolonize. Our soul doesn't have to decolonize, y'all. Our humanity is centered. So believe it or not, your ego is not going to be destroyed. It's just going to be put in right order. If you really just did soul work, did spirit work, as deeply and as authentically as you can at every given, you know, time period that you are in your life, that's the work of decolonization, y'all. Not taking on new frameworks for folks who probably are not even working with their beneficial ancestors. And to pay attention to what's coming up. Yep. All right. We got one more request, so I'll just take this one. This will be the last one because we've been on for a minute. 1 second. DJ She Got Soul, if you're still here. I think that request has been there for a while, so hopefully you're still here. Oh. Yes, the soul does not need to be decolonized, right? Like, how easy do we want this to be? Do we want to keep using the master's tools and understanding to get ourselves right, or do we just want to go straight to our soul? Like, just make it easy, folks. All right, what question do you have? And tell me your first name.
So first name is Marie Solange. Marie Solange.
Marie Solange.
Yes, thanks. I think for me, like what is coming up a lot these days is like how best can I step into my power, especially the fact that I've been realizing that I'm stepping away from a lot of things and people that haven't done me any kind of way, but I just feel like I don't like me around you, which is so it's more of like I want to be whole whoever I'm around or whatever space I'm walking into. So just realizing things like that, and I've been going through a lot of heartache and heartbreak, and right now I'm just in a space where I'm just trying to come back to myself and just step into my power more and just find ways of doing that. So, but I don't know, for me it's also challenging too, because coming from that mindset of like, oh, you can only break up with people when they've done you hurt or caused you pain. But now where I'm just realizing that, oh, it doesn't have to go to that extreme before you make that decision to step away from people. And surprisingly, I think that hurts even more. Like being that I'm such a giver and everything. So yeah. But it's like now where I'm consciously choosing self is even more harder than I expected.
Yeah. So to be clear, you're already stepping in your power because you're doing this work. It requires power to choose what is best for you and to act on that, because you can also make the choice and not take action. You can also set a boundary and not enforce it, right? That automatically requires power. So you are walking in what you, at least initially, are asking for. Like, you are already in the fruit of the thing. Okay.
It doesn't feel like it. But
oh, yeah,
okay,
no. Emotions is a different thing, but emotions is not power. Emotions is not power. That's for everybody. I feel like that just hit somebody's spirit. So, because we like to think that emotions are a part of our biofeedback system. So they show us where our power is going. They are not the power themselves. So feeling angry, feeling sad, feeling grief is just as powerful as feeling joy, feeling love. I know some folks are going to have an issue with that because they've been indoctrinated with the, certain levels of emotions resonate with different kind of frequencies. That will be a tangent for another day. It's the same energy. It's the same energy. But it's not the power itself. It's just a reflection of the power. It's showing you where the power is going. So you're already walking in it, which is the only reason you could even think, feel, and do what you've already been doing. So hearing you, it sounds like what actually is coming up, and you let me know if this is actually what's resonating authentically for you, is that you're wondering how to deal with the grief because it was unexpected.
Yes and no. And I feel like the no part is the fact that I've actually been allowing or challenging myself to allow the grief to come in and finding new ways of letting go, like releasing, as you were saying. Like for the first time today, my spirit soul called me into physical body work, which I've not done before. And I can really feel like it kind of felt like two people in one in the session, where like I can feel like my soul self like really healing, like energy, putting back energy into my current here self. And I can feel that current here self like lamenting a lot and being in so much pain, to the point where I'm also feeling physical pain in my, like it's translating on in my body as well. And it just kind of like relates to the fact that I give so much of myself to people. And the fact that like now where I'm relearning, not even relearning, but unlearning that the true gifts lie when I provide for myself more and stepping away from all these things. Like I repeat again, like that pattern of like, only like bad people that you need to walk away from, right? But now me realizing that actually it doesn't matter who whatsoever in the making. When I say feel a lot, because like sometimes I'm like, what's the facts? Like, what did they do? Like, what are you attesting this to? And I'm like, I haven't got any facts, but I just truly like there's a feeling that sits with me somewhere and says no more, and I have to listen to that voice that says no more, even as it's subtle, but I just have to go with that.
I love how you're showing up so powerfully, because you are literally providing an example of what it looks like to trust your inner wisdom, your first mind, if you will, which is your soul. When your soul is telling you like, this is out of balance, or something's actually off spiritually, and it's just like you feel uncomfortable, or you're like, oh, I'm not fully safe here, even though there's no outward showing of it, trusting that. Because that information is as real and is as valid as other sources of information that come through. And part of what I hear you talking about, and I'm going to specifically call it forward and name it so that, you know, everybody else who's here, whether live or on the recording watching, can receive, is that a lot of times, and you talked about this in the beginning about how, you know, it might have been in some ways easier to release certain connections and relationships when things got bad, right? Because I mean, by the time things get bad, it puts you in a comfortable space, which is survival mode. I have to do this. What has occurred can be seen by other people. And so not only am I know that I'm justified, but it also, that justification is going to be affirmed by everybody else too, because this was some bullshit. So it's easy. It's hard when no wrong has been committed, but you know, like, oh, I actually need, from the most benign things, like I actually just need something different. And I'll give a simple example. Maybe you've had the same family doctor for years, and you decide you're going to be moving like, 30 or 45 minutes away somewhere else. And just because of the city you live in and like, life and job and all that, like it's not even feasible for you to go back to that same person. And you're like, I actually just need to find somebody else. I'm also at a different stage in my life. This person hasn't been keeping up with like the latest and the greatest. I want a little bit, just all the things. And that's going to bring up so much stuff, right? That's a simple example. I know you're dealing with more than that, but that external justification and that like, oh, it's not that bad because I know I can handle more because I've been through more. So why am I quitting or removing myself now? Why am I not putting in more effort? Why am I not, trying a little bit more. Everybody's not perfect, you know, all the stories.
Yeah.
And it's like, from the message today, 9 of Cups, none of that actually matters. You get to choose 9 of Cups, regardless of the other person's character or their actions or whatever. It's literally nothing to do with them ultimately. It's, oh wait, this is now the thing that's emerging for me in my 9 of Cups. And I had to sit with the fact that I am a little uncomfortable choosing that in a non-chaotic context.
Yes.
Because I'm now no longer at a point in my life where I'm in survival.
Lord. And I've been in constant back-to-back survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't even begin to talk about it on here because, like, for 30 years, I would say most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So now where it's like my mind and body, soul is like, I choose peace no matter what. And I keep, like, what I keep hearing. And
wait, hold on. I'm gonna let you continue, but because I know folks are gonna let that slip. I choose peace no matter what, y'all. Did you hear that? What do you always hear me talk about? Choosing peace. Can you choose peace?
I didn't know what was going to be for me. Sorry. I didn't know this like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I didn't know this is where I'll be. I didn't know this is life.
So question, when did life practically shift from being survival to living? Because that's what peace is, living and existing. When did that shift happen? Was it in the last year or two?
Yeah, it was. Definitely. And like the pinnacle was definitely when my mom transcended. Yeah. So my mom transcended like literally 2 years ago. Yeah.
So 2019?
Mm-hmm.
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 Right. So guess what's happening? You're now getting to recalibrate your body, your emotions, and your mind to be like, oh, wait, we're in a different place now. Like, just, I'm safe in the arms of my soul. Like,
yeah,
I'm on the mountain. I was climbing for 30 years, in my case, 40 years. I'm safe. Like, my job now is to just sustain this. Such a relief, but it's also just like, wait, what do I do with this? 9 of Cups. Do I have permission? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the power never went away. The power was being used to survive. Now that you're no longer surviving, the power is now used for living. So you just have to direct it elsewhere. And part of that, especially in the beginning stages of that transition between one state to another state, is the releasing. Good, neutral, bad. But also simultaneously, and giving a little bit more to those things that are life affirming.
Yeah. Big time.
Because, you know, depending on the circumstance, you might have to build up a lot, or if you've already been doing a lot and have a lot of supportive physical, emotional, mental, spiritual containment, then you just amplify what's there. It's like, let me have more of this. You know, either more of the same thing or more options, but it's just more of what's already working, as well as curiosity of just trying new things and play.
Yeah.
Play is productive. Rest is productive as well too.
Yeah.
What would it look like to honor the Sacred Mother, creator, sustainer, transformer on a daily basis? Where am I allowing myself to have new experience, learn new things, whatever that looks like? What can I do to sustain what works? And what can I do to transform something that might be stuck? That's the formula. And none of it has to be big. Especially if you're talking about daily practice, none of it has to be big.
Yeah. Every day counts.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate so much that you decided to come on, because I feel that shift is so much energetically for folks. Like I can feel the peace that just descended. Because I think a lot of folks don't realize that, you know, in the midst of all the stuff from the past 2 years, a lot of people actually are in the space that you're in right now, that we are in right now. Like it's, I'm okay.
Yeah. Can I just say, you know, the narrative was on a constant basis, because my mom was a Cancer. I think I told you this before. But anyway, on a constant basis, I'll always look into this woman's eyes and be like, when you die, what am I going to do? How am I going to breathe? How am I going to live? Who am I going to cry to? Who am I going to go to? Who's going to hold me? Who's going to be with me? So the mere sheer fact that I'm actually in that aftermath space, living, not just surviving, living, finding peace, finding solitude, finding all these groundings of like how best to connect to self and align with self, is a miracle on its own. Mm-hmm. So I just said that to say, like, you know, anybody that is seeing this, like, if you can get whatever message you need to get from that, it's yours. You know.
Always, thank you. And prayers for the elevation of the soul of your mother, for sure.
Thank you.
For sure. All right, y'all. We are 2 hours, so I think we will close this out today. I think you'll have to remove yourself, but thank you so much. This has been amazing. This has been amazing. Really, really yummy. Of course, please share this video with any and all folks that you feel will resonate with it. You can, you know, tag them in the comments or send them the link or whatever. But really important messages that came through. So I really hope that you are taking them to heart, and we'll walk with them not only for the week ahead, but definitely for Scorpio season, and high key, I would say, through the rest of the year and moving forward, because it's important. It's important work. Once again, enrollment is open for the Lightworker Incubator. So this is the signature offering that I provide for folks. I only offer it twice a year, so enrollment only opens twice a year, but it's my 6-month group coaching program to support you coming back to greater levels of self-sovereignty. So you can check out details on the program on my website, innersunalchemy.com. Or if you're on IG, you can just click the link in my bio. Also, I am still keeping my books open for new clients in one-on-one sessions. Again, you can find that on the website. Click on services. There's a section for new clients, so that's the service that you would get. And the last day that I'll keep the link open for booking sessions is November 30th. Your session can be in December or whatever, it's fine. But that's the last day I'll have the link active before I shut it down. And I won't take new clients until, new one-on-one clients until spring, so March time. But you can also be a new client coming to Incubator, like that's for everybody. Also, next week, we'll newsletter's coming out on Monday, so sign up for the newsletter if you're not already on that. But also the link and the dates, the link will go live and the dates for the 2022 astrology intensives will go up. So get in where you fit in. These are going to be the only times I'm going to be doing the year ahead astrology because it's a lot of work. I'm not about to have me stressing out over here. So that will come next week, like I said. So sign up for that if you're interested in learning about what's happening in the stars and how to effectively apply that to your life and your chart. So that would be there. Those are small group sessions because, again, it's a lot of information. So I don't do those one-on-one, but there is a workbook that I'll have for that. So that will come in the confirmation email and all the good things. And I believe, is that my last announcement? Incubator 2022 intensives. I think that's it for now. If there's anything else, I'll make a post. But yeah, I really do hope all of you are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I hope that you are taking care of yourself. And rest, get some sleep, drink a lot of water. Okay, so much is being processed. Please drink a lot of water, y'all. Please drink a lot of water. Okay, help your body release things, so that's less of a stress and a strain on you. All right, you are welcome. All right, I will see y'all, God willing, next week. I will jump on Tuesday, I believe, or I might come on Monday. I think I'll come on Monday to jump on live to talk some more about the incubator and like other topics. So if you've been following that series, check that out. I was on this week on Tuesday and I was talking about where some of these feelings of overwhelm are coming from. So if you've been curious about that, definitely check out that video. Again, it's on my IGTV. Yeah, but anyway, I will see you. Love you. Bye.